Hey guys, just wanted to get here and talk about the news. Paulo Costa allegedly pulls out of his fight that was scheduled for UFC 291 in Salt Lake City, Utah. That was supposed to be against Ikram
Aliskerov.
Aliskerov. And now it looks like he will be fighting Roman Dolidze. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the news. Seeing a lot of stuff on it at the moment. Were you surprised? Or what did you think?
So yeah, no, I wasn't surprised. I know when they released the fight, Paulo Costa did say he's not that it is a fake fight. So I don't know how official it was.
Yeah, they put it on the poster and everything.
Yeah,
Like
so I don't know how official the fight was.
it was the same thing with his last one against Whitaker.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't agree with the matchmaking. I don't think he should have been in there with Paulo Costa anyways.
Yeah, if you watch
He only had one fight in the UFC.
against
Uh,
Phil Hawes. And if you watch the MMA Guru's video, he has like a conspiracy. He thought that the UFC maybe thought because they did the same thing with the Strickland fight against what was his name?
Sean Strickland and it was
Let's see.
what was his name? Magomed. No,
Magomed.
no, that was his last name was Magomed. I forgot his first name.
Let's see. So it was him versus he just beat. Oh yeah, I can't. Absupian Magomedov. I can't say it. The German, or Abbas Magomedov, the German, the alleged German. So yeah, so maybe what Damir Guru was saying was that he thought that the UFC maybe learned from that because they thought that they were just gonna put these guys in to fight with the top dogs in the division, and they thought probably those guys were gonna win. It was gonna be an easy win, and then they were gonna jump ahead of the ranks and get the title shot. Why do you think they're doing that with these guys now?
I think Dana White really wants to get that Middle Eastern audience because he's been pushing a lot of the Dagestans, like
Is this guy Dagestani too?
he is, yeah.
Okay.
And they did that even with Umar Nurmagomedov, which he actually just pulled out
Against
the fight with
Corey Sandhagen.
Corey Sandhagen.
That'll be another video.
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe he's trying to build up the market. He was doing that with Strickland, and he did it with Costa.
And maybe that card in Abu Dhabi was looking a little weak. I know Islam didn't have any opponents. Maybe they're looking to build that card with Khamzat Paulo Costa. Maybe that's another.
Yes. Yeah, so the 291 card is already stacked. Maybe because since Jamal Hill got injured and they're making that the title fight, now they think they have two title fights on that card. That card's fine. And they gave Paulo Costa the out. They're going to put him on, allegedly, that's what they're saying. They're going to put him on the card in Abu Dhabi, UFC 294 in October against Hamzat. And I mean, that would be a funner fight. There's more build up to it. And it looks like every time someone puts something out about it, Paulo Costa will respond to it on Twitter, agreeing with it. So I think that actually is going to happen and it should be getting announced soon. But I think.
Khamzat did just tweet that he doesn't want to fight Paulo Costa anymore.
He did?
Yeah.
When?
Just recently.
Oh.
He said that he's a nobody now. And he called out. He called out Leon Edwards.
I thought Islam called out Leon Edwards.
I don't. Khamzat called out someone.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
But I think it was Edwards.
Yeah. So I think I'm not too mad that Paulo Costa's not fighting. I'll wait for him to fight an opponent has more experience and that actually should be in there with him. Because again, Ikram, he only has one fight in the UFC. It was against Phil Hawes. It was a knockout. It was good.
Phil Hawes was winning that match.
Yeah, he was. It was such a short fight.
Yeah.
Phil Hawes was doing good in the beginning, and then he got caught with that head kick, and then he just got knocked out. But yeah, he could be good, but I don't think that they should throw him in there with Paulo Costa right away.
Yeah, Leon Edwards.
Okay, yeah, so he did call out Leon Edwards, and that was yesterday. Yeah, so it's a big mess. We don't know what's going on. with all these. But I think what will end up happening is I hope it'll be Paulo Costa versus Chimaev, and then whatever Roman can fight Ikram, and then if he builds his way up, then he can maybe fight Paulo Costa one day. But I think for now that's probably good, since he didn't earn the shot to be in there with Paulo Costa. Like we said, we think Dana White maybe is trying to build up that market, and he's giving these guys these fights right away. One fight in the UFC, and how many fights did Abbas have?
He had one fight as well.
One fight, and he's fighting Strickland, and you see what Strickland did to him. So maybe that was a heads up for Dana White, combined with the fact that now Blachowicz versus Pereira may be for the belt. I don't think it's confirmed yet, but it's looking that way. That kind of gave Dana White the go-ahead to allow Paulo Costa maybe to get off this card and get a bigger fight, and then they'll just give this guy Roman Dolidze. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Not too mad. The card is still good in UFC 291 in Utah. You have anything else about that fight? I don't know what Paulo Costa is doing though.
Yeah, that's about it.
Because I don't know why Paulo Costa agrees, or not agree. He doesn't even agree. But why do they put it on the banner?
I don't know.
It's like they put it on the banner, and then he says he's not fighting. Like he did that against Whitaker.
Yeah, I don't know.
Same thing with Whitaker. It was like up until like close to it.
Yeah.
They were like preparing for it, and then he kept saying, "I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting."
Yeah.
And then they finally took him off. And then even Moicano, he put a video.
Yeah.
Like how long ago was that?
Probably
it was like
a week ago.
What was that, podcast?
A little over a week. Yeah.
A live stream. It was a clip. It was when MMA Guru donated him money.
Yeah.
And he said something. Whatever.
Somebody asked Moicano, who does he think is going to win, Paulo Costa or Ikram Aliskerov?
Yeah.
And he didn't answer. He said, I don't think the fight's going to happen.
He said, that fight's not happening, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry to tell you. And then like 2 days later, it got called off. Well, so we'll see what happens. But just wanted to come on and talk about that news. So as of right now, it looks like Paulo Costa's out of the fight at UFC 291 in Utah, and maybe looking at a fight with Chimaev in Abu Dhabi in October at UFC 294.